Where it started and where it finished in Jonathan Thurston's remarkable career. It is the match-up, the kick-off of round 2, Macca's Thursday night footy at ANZ Stadium. The Bulldogs playing host to the Cowboys. One of these sides will have their first win of the NRL season later tonight. It is yes to footy, it is no to fans as we kick things off here on round 2. Live on 9, and it's a very good evening to take you through every moment. Paul Vorton, Andrew Johns and Peter Basaltis.
Thank you very much, Brace. Well, this is very unusual circumstances, but the main thing is we have a game of football to look forward to, and an important game for both of these teams, as you've already outlined. The Bulldogs and the Cowboys are looking for win number 1 of the season after Canterbury. They fought hard last week against Parramatta, came up short. The North Queensland Cowboys had their party spoilt in the north by the Brisbane Broncos last Friday night. A lot to look forward to tonight as far as some of the players that we have on show to see. It should be an exciting game. Paul Vorton, good evening to you.
Hey, Pete. Yeah, it should be a really good game, actually. Both teams last week showed some glimpses of what they're capable of for season 2020, but it just weren't good enough on the night. Now, the Cowboys missed 51 tackles. I mean, that's an outrage. Any team that misses more than 30 has had a really bad night. So it's to be hoped that their defence can stand up to a Bulldogs attack which really needs to improve. They're shy of scoring points, aren't they? So they need to work a lot harder than what they do to try and get some tries on the board tonight.
Bulldogs making their way out onto ANZ Stadium. They'd be used to a roar. They'd be used to hearing their fans being at home. And this team, the North Queensland Cowboys, they would be used to being booed. There's Billy Slater watching at home, just like every other football fan, Joey, is, well, for the foreseeable future.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's going to be a weird one tonight, how it affects the players, how it affects the teams, the way they play. But thank God the footy's on.
You remember, Andrew, every time you ran out on the field and we see the Cowboys come out, and you heard the crowd, whether it was your home crowd or they started to boo you, you got a little chill down the back of the spine. And that's what you used to play for. You play for the crowd. So this is unheard of. It's quite weird. It's weird. That's what it is. But they're going to have to cope with it because there's a lot at stake.
You see on the players' faces, they were giggling running out. You'd never normally see that.
I think they're bemused.
Saw half a dozen staff members there giving them a clap. There is Cohen Hess, looking in great shape to start off the season. He'll be looking for a big game tonight, will Cohen Hess.
Well, they need a big game of Cohen. I thought he was disappointing last week, so hopefully it's a big game.
Now come the home side, the Canterbury Bulldogs. And last week, they fought hard against the Eels, as we mentioned earlier. Ellen Matini-Zelezniak in good form. And is Joe Stimson, Paul, good pickup for Canterbury from the Melbourne Storm?
Yeah, he's a good player. He does some good work on both sides of the ball, and especially, I think he's a really good attacking player. Just out wide a little bit off the 5'8". And he wasn't too bad last week. He probably didn't have the game he was hoping for, but Josh Jackson on the other side of the field, the captain, he was sensational. And Michael Morgan, probably a little bit disappointing last week as well. He needs to lift his team, being the captain.
Round 2 of the NRL. Had a big question mark about it right throughout the week, but we are here on this Thursday night. Just waiting on the kicking tee at the moment. One of the 20 people inside the ground bringing it out now. Kyle Felt to get things underway. The Cowboys about to start round 2 of the NRL. Jason Taumalolo, what a handful he'll be for the Bulldogs tonight. You can hear that whistle very clearly. We are underway at ANZ Stadium. Round 2 of the competition. Dylan Napa with the first hit up. Already an early indication, you can probably hear in the background, of all the talk coming from the players. Aidan Tolman with a hit up. Jordan McLean, Jason Taumalolo in there with the tackle. Crichton coming in for a run. He's got Drinkwater, one of the defenders there, with Gavin Cooper. Adam Elliott. Impressive last week against the Eels. The Bulldogs lock forward. Lewis with a kick just outside the 40 when he kicked it, and it's a Very good one.
40-20.
It was a 40-20. I thought he might have stepped out.
40-20.
It was a 40-20.
Be reasonable time. 40-20 guys.
Beautiful
Out when you
timing.
touched
He
it.
just, like he pulled out a 6-iron and just,
He is a great kicker of the
look
football.
at the timing here. Great kick. What a great opening set.
And he's got all the kicks, Joey, hasn't he? Chip
Yeah.
kicks, bombs, you name it. He's got them. I'd like to see him run some more, Lachlan Lewis. He needs to run.
Well, that was outstanding from Lewis. Now they're on the front foot here, the Bulldogs. Napa, 5 metres away from the line. Won't this give them a heap of confidence if they can score? Elliott, good tackle, down low, Granville. Still 5 away. It's only tackle 2. Marshall King goes to Tolman. Josh Maguire, good tackle on Tolman. The 2 number 8s coming together. Options both sides here for Marshall King. Goes to the left. Wakeham, little kick into the in-goal area, too big.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come
Third tackle kick there, Andrew. And if you put a kick in on the third tackle, it's got to be perfect.
Well, you got to get it right.
Yeah.
Sky, you can't do that. Can't be quick. Yeah, it can only be one.
Kyle Felt for the Cowboys now. They breathe that sigh of relief.
Well, that defensive set from the Cowboys, a lot of intensity. Great defensive set. The coach will be really happy with that.
The player who missed out from last week, Josh Maguire, playing his first game of the season, responsible for a couple of those tackles, is now they're 5 short of the halfway line. Granville. Here's Drinkwater. Good footwork here from Drinkwater. Now he's running in circles before they corral him. Dylan Napa, one of the Bulldogs defenders in there, along with Aidan Tolman. Fast start to the game. Here's Talmalolo winding up. Strong run. Elliott, one of the Bulldogs defenders. And a penalty given away. Quick tap here from Talmalolo. Shrugs away from one.
That was Dylan Napa. He just manhandled him.
He's the best.
It's just a freak.
Morgan, Drinkwater, good defence on Drinkwater. It was Wakeham. Quick play the ball though. Val Holmes gets one away to Justin O'Neill, just short of the line. A try saver, Dylan Martini-Zalesniak. Holmes, Maguire, flat-footed, now winds up. 8 away from the line. End-to-end stuff in the opening 3.5 minutes. Granville goes to McLean. There's the post. He's lost the balls. He tried to put the ball down, and the Bulldogs come away with it through Elliott.
Great stuff. They didn't go to the video ref, just play on.
He must have tried to bang it down right at the end. Oh, this is O'Neill going really close. Good defence from Watini. And then Jordan McLean.
Well, he's pickpocketed. He's just pulled it out.
Yeah.
End-to-end stuff to open this contest. Bulldogs going down the short side. Quick hand. Stimson gives it away to Meaney. Meaney's down the field. He's got support in the inside. Lachlan Lewis for the line. What a start to this game.
A beautiful play. He goes over there, Lachlan Lewis. And the key to short sides is the marker. If you can get over the advantage line and get away from the marker, the short sides, you can get a Harvey Norman replay. See the little trick shot there from the dummy half, Marshall King, which got Lachlan Lewis one-on-one and then just through the hands, got him on the outside. A beautiful play from Marshall King.
It's magnificent, isn't it? And it all came from the steal at the other end off Jordan McLean. Beautiful stuff, and there's running beautifully. The halfback there, Lachlan Lewis.
That was really smart dummy half play. You see, he dragged the marker in, which was the San Masters, which then made the 3-on-2, and beautiful hands. They do it at training all the time, just going through the hands. That was perfect.
Second career try in the NRL for Lachlan Lewis. 40-20 in a try, and we're only 5 minutes and 16 seconds into the contest. Lachlan Lewis, first blood for the Bulldogs, and Paul, after going tryless last week, that'll give them a heap of confidence, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, that was excellent. Very well constructed.
Chance to make it a 6-point lead, and successful. 6-0 the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs fans went wild with that try, not in the ground, but watching in living rooms all across the country. Good start for the home side.
We've got dramas with the kicking tee again.
Still waiting is Kyle Felt.
And just for people who might be wondering why they were able to take that ball off Jordan McLean, if you're in the act of trying to score a try in the in-goal area, you're allowed to steal the football.
Time you run.
6-0 the Bulldogs early. There's that high kick-off from Kyle Felt. Once we've got the kicking tee. Aidan Tolman now. Strong defence there. Jake Granville. Front on the Bulldogs front rower. One front rower to another. Dylan Napa outside his own 20. Joe Stimson played a hand in that Lachlan Lewis try. Didn't have to do a lot, but what he did it very well. Adam Elliott. Elliott, strong run again.
Michael Morgan there holding his shoulder. Went in for that tackle, Adam Elliott. He came out holding his shoulders. The ball goes dead. It's a worrying sign. You see him just right shoulders limp.
I think he hurt his shoulder a couple of years ago, didn't he? Kept him out of the game for quite a while.
Just a lot of football. Heard that tackle in your lounge rooms on Ben Hampton and Cohen Hess.
And just on that, if you're watching as a family tonight, you might hear a few new words, kids. If you don't understand them, just ask Dad. He'll explain them.
What should they be listening out for, Paul? Jake Granville. Jordan McLean, dummy to Maguire. Adam Elliott nearly got McLean into a dangerous position. There's Taumalolo. Josh Jackson, one of the Bulldogs defenders in there, along with Tolman and Napa. Granville. Josh Maguire. Hayden Tolman in there again, along with Marshall King. Now Morgan. Pressure on him. Here's a kick. And well handled there by Nick Meaney, and good tackle from Kyle Felt. Swarming defence here from the Cowboys, trying to pin the Bulldogs on their own line. And there's a mistake.
In the previous kick, which went dead, the Bulldogs had all the momentum. That ball goes dead. They get a 7-tackle restart. Fairly simple set by the Cowboys. They just marched it upfield. Nice kick to the corner. And then they force an error. But it's just the kicking game is just so important. You cannot put them dead. It just swings the momentum. They've gone for a middle field scrum here, the Cowboys. So a player getting strapped in the back plate. They should just take him off the dead ball line and play on.
Yeah, they've let that come back in. I mean, they were pretty hard on it the last couple of years, but now this year we've seen 4 or 5 of these in round 1. Another one tonight where they just, oh no, let's all stop the game and let him
Finucane
get
last
strapped.
week at Lotto Land, 2 or 3 times he held the play up for a minute or two getting strapped.
Joe Stimson it is.
See, and what this does, it gives all the players around a minute or so to get their breath back. Players don't miss tackles when they're fresh. When they're under fatigue, they make bad decisions, bad read in defence, or they can miss tackles.
You're virtually starting again now.
Stay bound.
Stay in there, Jeremy.
Cowboys, can they capitalise on that Bulldogs error? Valentine Holmes will be made to play it. 5 away from the Bulldogs line. Granville. Taumalolo. 3 Bulldogs in there. Tackle 2 for North Queensland, knocking on the door. And they find a way through. Josh Maguire. Marshall King down low did well. Couple of metres away from the line, halfway through the set. Drinkwater, Taumalolo, more good defence, Canterbury. Quick play the ball, Granville, Drinkwater, McLean. Dylan Napa in there for the Bulldogs. Here's the last. Morgan, little kick. Maguire's out after it. It's lost, and now Lewis has it for Canterbury. Canterbury, very good defensive set. Joey, we happy with the questions at Rastel?
Yeah, well, Jonathan Thurston spoke about it, the touch screen, about the fast-moving up and in aggressive defence. It really frustrated the Cowboys then. Paul Green said in the interview, didn't want to play around them. It's so hard to break down.
Remus Smith. Bulldogs coming out of their own half. Through now Josh Jackson, Jordan McLean, Josh Maguire, two of the Cowboys defenders. Inside the 40 again here from Lachlan Lewis. No, 40-20 again. After he kicked one in the opening minute of the game, Valentine Holmes manhandled here by Dylan Napa. Joe Stimson in there as well. Kyle Felt now. Even start to the contest as far as possession is concerned, but Bulldogs with that early try through Lachlan Lewis. The only points to speak of in the opening 10 minutes. Here's Isan Masters. Can he get the arm free? He can't. Jake Granville now. Drinkwater. Maguire stepping around some of the Bulldogs forwards. So Stimson making the tackle. Granville, now Morgan with a kick. Trying to put DWZ under pressure, and he knocks it on. Heard some of the Cowboys players saying get on it, Cohen, but are unable to, but it'll be a scrum feed here for the Cowboys.
Middle scrum, guys.
Good pressure there on Dallin Martini-Zalesniak and Kyle Felt.
Boys, tighter than what you were, okay? Make sure you're bound in.
11 and a half minutes gone. Thursday night footy.
Jake, you got to be tighter in there.
No early starts.
Jeremy, arm around.
Morgan to feed the scrum. Another opportunity here for North Queensland. After another Bulldogs error. Drinkwater goes short to Talmalolo. Tackle down low, Josh Jackson. Say that plenty of times during the course of any Bulldogs game is Gavin Cooper. 9 away from the line. It's only tackle 2. Granville showing it. Now giving it to Morgan. He goes short to Cohen Hess. And Hess will score a try for the Cowboys as they hit back.
Hooray, that's better. That's better from Cohen Hess. When he burst onto the scene about, 2 or 3 years ago, he was a try-scoring machine from 10 metres out. And tonight, he's just picked his time, found the gap nicely, good ball. And that's the Cohen Hess we all know.
Yeah, it's the rushing defence. Watch Remus Smith in the centre position. He'll get up past the ball, the top of the screen, which isolates Lachlan Lewis. He'll get up, coming at the back on Valentine Holmes, and see it opens that corridor there, the channel, one-on-one with Lachlan Lewis, and that's better from Cohen Hess. Bodies in motion, nice play, isolating smaller defenders, and Cohen Hess getting back to that form we've seen a couple of years ago where he was unstoppable. Hopefully builds a bit of confidence.
Cohen Hess.
He spent a lot of time off the bench last year. He just wasn't playing well enough to get in the number 12 jumper. And I think and he looks trimmer this year. He actually looks like he's trimmed down quite a lot. Big, strong. Would love to have had a body like him.
Well, don't put yourself down.
Oh, please.
So you're getting changed out the back.
Body like a tontine pillow, me.
Val Holmes to try to level things up here for North Queensland. 6-4, the Bulldogs in front. This is the task that awaits Valentine Holmes. Not an easy kick. And kick unsuccessful. 6-4 Bulldogs.
Marker. Wait, Brendan, for the
When
clock
you're
and
in D,
whistle.
coming out of yardage, go. Yeah. Just one more step to sweep.
So 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. 1 try apiece in the opening 13.5 minutes. Jordan McLean off the kickoff. Solid contact again there from Tolman. Jackson in there as well.
He wasn't happy then, Valentine Holmes. I think he thought that the kick went through. Shaking his head as he ran back.
Well, he's done from 3 so far this year, and last week Cole Felt ended up taking over the kicking and kicked a couple.
Gavin Cooper now for North Queensland. 5 short of the halfway line. One of the veterans, not only in this Cowboys team, but in the NRL these days, Gavin Cooper. Josh Maguire now.
The forwards are going better tonight for the Cowboys, and it's down to that man, the number 8, Josh Maguire. I know Taumalolo's their gun, but just having Josh in the middle of the field, just hitting it up, it's good for them.
Solid again under the high ball, Nick Meaney. They've asked 2 questions of him tonight, and he's been perfect. Only a mistake from the high ball coming from DWZ early on in the contest. Christian Crichton now almost getting through. Good tackle, Jake Granville. The good quick play the ball as well. Hopewadi on the back of it. Gavin Cooper there for the Cowboys. Here's the last kick from Wakeham. Here is Val Holmes, links up with Kyle Felt. Lachlan Lewis and Joe Stimson in there, making the tackle on Felt. Masters dancing around players, and that lost or 2 in the tackle and stripped.
Yeah, pretty sure there was a hand in there.
So penalty Cowboys.
Little Napper looking a bit sheepish. But it wasn't him, Adam Elliott it was.
Touch.
Might have thought, oh, there's no one here who can get away with it.
Got a scrum, guys. It was
There's still cameras.
Yep.
He's kicked for touch here. It was touched by a Bulldogs player.
So it'll be a scrum feed here for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I know. They're tight.
And once again, looks like they're heading to the middle of the field.
Does that, Joey, necessarily suit the Cowboys going to the middle, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. If they get Valentine Holmes one-on-one, here's Dallin with Tenny Zalesniak. Tries to throw the ball back in. I think Holmes is the man. If they can get him one-on-one with a defender,
Stay tight, Darren. Stay tight.
back him a lot of the times.
Granville goes to Drinkwater. Scott Drinkwater straight through. Too easy. The Cowboys hit the lead.
Well, it's a mismatch. They've got a back rower defending at 5'8". And the key here is Scott Drinkwater gets the ball, and on his inside is Valentine Holmes. So the lock can't break from the scrum and get across. Harvey Norman replay, he looks in, isolates Stimson, one-on-one, just too much speed. A back rower on a 5'8" from a scrum. Way too fast. This will show it perfect.
Yeah, very nice play. Excellent play from Drink. And you know what, Joey, he reminds me of your brother in that move, Matthew. Matthew had that little in and away and dummy. And
What's it, April Fool's Day today or something?
but it lovely.
Didn't get a hand on him.
Good dummy. Beautiful stuff.
It was really nice setup, the way Valentine Holmes was sitting on his inside. So Lachlan Lewis couldn't come from the inside, and they couldn't come from the scrum and help out on the inside, which then really isolated Joe Stimson. Ball in 2 hands, show and go. Remus Smith went out on his man, and he just burnt him. Great speed.
We trained a lot against Joe Stimson as well, and with him at the Melbourne Storm in opposed sessions, both of them coming out of the Melbourne Storm setup. And his eyes probably would have lit up when he saw him.
Surely.
In the defensive line.
Surely he can kick this one.
He's due. This one a little bit easier. And he's successful. 10-6 Cowboys.
Stay behind.
Good start to the game. 4-point lead now for the Cowboys. McLean, solid tackle. Stimson, Lewis in there as well. Talmalolo. Still inside his own 20. Jackson in there again, along with Tolman. Morgan. Now Drinkwater, the try scorer. Gavin Cooper. Some strong runs in the opening 18.5 minutes as well as Gavin Cooper. Now Maguire. Straight and hard again from him. This time though they just force him back a couple of metres. That hasn't happened in the game so far. Kick from inside the 40. Trying to hook it around, not enough. Dallin Watini-Zalesniak. Long pass there to Nick Meaney. Good chase from the Cowboys. Just on their own 20 now, Canterbury. Brighton. Maguire in there on Brighton, along with Granville. Cooper was there as well. He's Dylan Napa.
See, once the game is warmed up and they're really into that arm wrestle, they would have no idea that there's no one in the crowd. They're right into this game, both these teams.
Elliott, Lewis had success here early in the game. Meaney. Morgan in there to make the tackle. Last tackle here for Canterbury. Pressure there on Lewis. Still got not a bad kick away, but Holmes was well positioned. Goes to Ben Hampton. Papawati in there leading the chase, along with Jackson again. Justin O'Neill now for North Queensland. 14 missed tackles there for the Bulldogs. Dean Pay's 50th game as coach of Canterbury. He's won 2 of the last 3 against North Queensland. I thought it'd be 3 out of 4 the way it started. But now behind by 4. A chance for an attacking kick here for the Cowboys. Drinkwater kicks. O'Neill trying to put some pressure there on Watini-Zalesniak, but he's in his own in goal. 20-metre restart. He wants to get on with things pretty quickly here, DWZ. Does well.
And all the momentum shifts. Just with that poor kick, they were rolling forward to Cowboys. They were coming to get the Dogs, but a kick that just goes a metre too far. And watch where the Bulldogs finish this set. For the next 5 minutes, they'll have the upper hand. The kicking game is so important. Last week, Cameron Smith, Sunday footy, he was just masterclass.
Lewis loops a pass here to Meaney. Good footwork, Nick Meaney. Hess there with the tackle. Along with Masters. Lewis. Tolman. Wakeham. Tackle Gavin Cooper. And the ball comes free. Well, that is a let-off for North Queensland because there was still a couple of tackles left in the set there for the Bulldogs. Justin O'Neill.
Talking to some players last week, Thursday night, the Bulldogs para, they were saying once the game sort of warmed up, there was a lot of sweat on the ball. We saw last Thursday a fair few drop balls. Maybe that ball's getting a bit slippery.
Morgan. Masters at dummy half for the Cowboys. Good start of the game. Taking pressure off his forwards, Isam Masters. 2 tackles left in this set. Now Talmalolo. Stimson in there, along with Elliott and Tolman. Here's the last. Morgan running it. Now a little grubber kick into the in-goal area. It's a beauty. Meaney just has to bat it dead. Goal line dropout coming.
Yeah, it's a great set of 6, wasn't it? Absolutely perfect. You've got the big boys hitting it right up the middle. Tamalolo on tackle 5, and then everyone going forward. And great kick from Morgan.
It was great setup. When Michael Morgan got the ball, once again, Valentine Holmes was just on his inside, which stopped the chasers getting to him. Aidan Tolman was at marker, but couldn't get across, and then a beautiful kick.
Not a bad drop out there from Lachlan Lewis. Here's Josh Maguire winding up.
He's had a great start to the game. He's the big difference, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Freddie?
been so good. He got them going forward right up the middle.
You grab his leg.
Yeah,
Tackle
he
one,
grabbed his leg.
Josh.
He's lucky to get away with that, Josh
Wait.
Maguire. He's still got that little niggle in him, hasn't he? Can't help himself.
Cohen Hess.
Stand there.
There it is. Grab the leg.
There's no reason to do that. I mean, he's lucky there was no penalty. Gavin Cooper now through a hole.
And got an offload away as well. He's having a good game too, Gavin Cooper. Drinkwater will play it. Granville, Talmalolo. Here's Morgan. They're on the front foot. Isan Masters flicks it away. Now Kyle Felt juggled it, regathered, didn't touch a Bulldogs player's hand, so it's play on here for North Queensland. 2 tackles left in the set. Good involvement there from Holmes as well. Felt and Lewis tangled up. Holmes, Morgan, Talmalolo. Well handled, 10 away. Last tackle here for North Queensland. Leading by 4. Can they extend their advantage? Here's Drinkwater. Valentine Holmes. Ben Hampton for the corner. Too easy in the end. They ran it on the last. And Ben Hampton scores the Cowboys' 3rd try of the evening.
Yeah, beautiful setup. Just keep your eyes on Scott Drinkwater. He'll get the ball initially off Michael Morgan. He'll dummy the kick. Harvey Norman replay. But she'll get the ball, he'll dummy the kick, which holds the winger for the Bulldogs just for a fraction of a second, which opens up the corridor down the sideline. Nice play. Just watch number 5 out here, the winger. He'll stop. It's not going up, which enables Valentine Holmes just a bit of time to free up his wingman.
Great ball, wasn't it? It was the pass that scored in the try. Magical pass. It's an Andrew Johns or Wally Lewis special, this one. To a man unmarked, Ben Hampton. Good to see him get a try as well. He's a little bit unhappy with his game last week. So it's all Cowboys. I mean, Andrew, the Bulldogs just look a little bit pedestrian, don't they, in their attack?
Yeah, well, last week they struggled for points. They had plenty of field position last week against Parramatta. They didn't look like scoring. So we spoke in commentary last week about maybe attacking more at a dummy half. Jeremy Marshall-King. The first try was set up by Jeremy Marshall-King, getting out with that deft pass. Maybe a bit more attack at a dummy half.
Val Holmes. Well, he broke his duck in his last conversion. Now he's got a tough one. 1 from 2 tonight. This is his 3rd attempt. He was unsuccessful in his 2 attempts last week. Just under 14 minutes left in the half. The Cowboys looking for a 10-point lead. Perfect shot of the task that awaits Valentine Holmes. Struck it pretty well. Well, he struck it more than pretty well. That is a great kick, Val Holmes. Nearly.
Just wait for this clock, guys. Stay on side.
10-point lead now for the Cowboys. Very important 13 and a half minutes left in this first half. They won't want to let the game get away from them.
Go, Joe.
Molo on the field for the Cowboys. Morgan. Cooper. Great success tonight, Gavin Cooper. Just those runs back towards the middle. Laying a good platform. Now Talmalolo.
10 metres, here it is.
2 tackles left in this set. Morgan will kick on the fourth. Dylan Martini's a Lesniak. Oh, he's lost it. Kyle Felt's got it. It's all coming apart now for Canterbury.
And a penalty. Can you believe that?
Well, that's near a sin bin. Oh, it is.
Oh, Joey, you're the best.
Thanks, Pat. He tries to take the ball one-handed here, Dylan. The ball bounces, and he just tries to get the ball one-handed. Oh, no, he doesn't. That's a bad boo-boo, that one.
And then grabs the leg. Penalty in the bin, and Canterbury now 12 men for the next 10. And the Cowboys are starting to find their stride, trying to gel. This is danger time.
Certainly is. 10-point lead for North Queensland. They trailed by 6 early. The next 10 minutes, they have a one-player advantage. Here's Molo. Fresh player on the field. Dean Britt is out there for Canterbury as well, involved in that tackle. Now Morgan, Asiato, he tried doing it a little bit too quick there, Drinkwater, and it comes apart.
Once again, the rushing defence of the Bulldogs. And they scored that try. The dummy of the kick from Drinkwater just held up Crichton. Watch Crichton, bottom of the screen. He'll see the threat and rush. Comes outside in, put pressure on that slippery ball. Drinkwater couldn't catch and pass.
What about that defence? If they had got the ball out, they had 3 men unmarked, the Cowboys, on the outside.
Tune in tomorrow night for a huge clash as the Broncos look to make it 2 on the trot, while the Rabbitohs aim to keep their perfect record against former coach Anthony Seibold alive. All the action live and free from 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow night. What in normal circumstances would have been a sold-out Suncorp Stadium for that one. An empty Suncorp Stadium, but you can have the best seat in the house watching it on Nine's Wide World of Sports as Canterbury get a much-needed penalty. (13 on 12). Lewis finds the line.
Hold it on his foot. Waits go.
Here is Dean Britt.
Hold, Jason.
Into Cowboys territory. Elliott went off to Umunga. Jason Salmalolo, 135 metres. We're not even at the 30-minute mark.
It's a machine. It is just a machine.
To Umunga to Lewis, inside pass. Sopawati puts it down.
Shot clock on.
Michael.
Mistake from Canterbury.
Yeah, that's awful.
10 metres.
10 metres, scrum, boys. 10 metres.
They look a bit perplexed, Canterbury, is trying to work out how they're going to try and make a break against this. Pretty good Cowboys defence tonight. As I said, 51 missed tackles. I reckon they've done a lot of defensive work this week. Big fella's not happy.
Come on, boys, let's get in.
Big space today.
Christian,
What about this? Hearing the players clearly in the background. And a real insight into what is going on out in the middle. Holmes to Hampton. To Umunga, one of the Bulldogs defenders in there. Cohen Hess, one of the Cowboys try scorers. Britt, Lewis in there. Call of hell.
Bucky.
Made to go back and play it.
Tackle 2.
Molo. Asiata on his outside. Nice offload too. Here's Talmalolo. Getting his stats up to over 150 metres with that run. What a night he's having. Morgan. Michael Morgan into the line. Look out. Well done, Aidan Tolman. Does very well. 2 tackles left for Canterbury to defend. Drinkwater. Holmes. Quick hands. Masters. They stop his son, Masters.
He's making a tackle.
I think he's lost it, Masters. They look sharp, don't they? Some offloads into their play as well.
That was a bit of class in from Valentine Holmes.
Those little things.
He's a handy player, Francis Molo.
He
He
runs
goes
hard,
good,
doesn't he?
yeah. Little offload there as well.
Let's go. Less than 15, guys. Come on, Dogs, let's go.
Now, we want the fans to let us know where you're watching from tonight. Show your support via social media by using the hashtag NRL9 or hashtag NRL Bulldogs Cowboys. Send us your pics and show your support. In the way of social media. You all over social media, Paul?
What's that?
Yeah. 30 metres away from their own line. Tolman. Away from Taumalolo there. Tried to put a big shot there on Tolman. And a penalty.
1, 2, 3.
Well, this is as a halfback. You got to understand how your team's feeling, and you got a man in the sin bin. You got to slow things down and even play really conservative. But your big play is the last play. It's got to build some pressure on the last play. At worst, the Cowboys got to pick the ball up and move it from their line, or he's got to get a repeat. Big part of the game here.
Tuamanga. Tackle there by John Asiata and Gavin Cooper. Marshall King cuts out Jackson, goes to Elliott. Lewis gets a little pass away to Britt. 23 away from the line. Marshall King to dummy half. Here's Adam Elliott. Dummy to Renouf Tuamanga. Into a mountain of defensive work is Jake Granville. He was good there down low. Now Lewis, Wakeham. Here they come. Hopewadi. Meany had to stop for it. Cowboys defence comes across. Kyle Felt has him, got away from Felt. Molo finishes him off. Going down a short side, but the Cowboys defence awake to it on this occasion. Last tackle, Hopewadi will play it to Marshall King. Here's Lewis kicking. Josh Jackson contesting the ball, but Justin O'Neill does very well for North Queensland. Now Hampton trying to get the Cowboys out of trouble. Still 13 on 12 for another 4 minutes or so. Taumalolo. Jake Granville coming off for a well-deserved rest. Got through a mountain of work. Here's the last. Kick coming from inside the 40. Nick Meany well positioned.
And this is what happens. There's a good kick from Lachlan Lewis, and the Dogs are starting their set from their own 40-metre line.
Good defensive set there from Canterbury. Here's Meany on the halfway line. Tackle 2 for Canterbury. And they get a try in the 5.5 minutes left before the break. Tolman. Now Lewis. Oh, no communication there, and off the arm of Renouf Tuamanga, and it goes down.
Well, that was a good old-fashioned no-looker from Lachlan Lewis there. It's always fraught with danger. Look, didn't really look, and as a result, passed it onto his shoulder. Oh,
who'd be a coach?
I wish I was coaching. But Andrew is my assistant. Be good.
The weight on the world of Dean Pay's shoulders. Here's Kyle Felt now for the Cowboys. Drinkwater. Bell Holmes will be much more comfortable tonight. Justin O'Neill.
They're getting going now. Plenty of yardage there for the Cowboys.
Easy as you like down the field here for North Queensland. Francis Molo. Still only halfway through the set. Reece Robson out there in jersey number 14. John Asiata. And Cohen Hess wanting the ball and he's outside. Held onto it. Robson. Taumalolo, little pass there to Molo. Gets the arms free to Taumalolo. Try to stop him. Forget about it. You won't stop him. He scores for the Cowboys.
There's some great forwards in our game. This bloke's just about the best. He can do it all. That's probably 170 metres for the night already. And then had the audacity, offloaded. It's just sensational. He's unstoppable.
Well, when he runs the ball, he attracts so many defenders, so players on the outside will have room to move. Once again, the Bulldogs' rushing defence, they get up past the ball, which gets a one-on-one tackle to Molo. You watch the outside man, Josh Jackson, Harvey Norman replay. He gets up past the ball, one-on-one to Molo, hit and spin, Tamalolo, pass and follow. And look, you could have an elephant gun there. You're not going to stop him from that far out. He is a machine. I don't think we've seen a more devastating forward. Think Gordon Tallis at his best.
Yeah.
This just bloke is just on another.
Got the perfect build. Like a rock.
What a player. What a player.
He spoke about it in the pre-game, Paul Green, the coach. He said short passes tonight. The short passes have killed him.
Important when you got momentum too to keep that going with players off the bench, and Molo's been terrific coming off the bench. Val Holmes should have no problem from here. Extends the Cowboys' lead.
Okay, wait for the clock and whistle, guys.
Starting to get away from Canterbury. 22 points to 6. Just over 2 minutes left in the half. He has been good coming off the bench. Francis Molo. Some very good involvements in the last 10 or 15 minutes he's had out there. Here he is again. Look at him. Just taking a few Bulldogs players for a ride. One of them's Adam Elliott. Gavin Cooper. Tackle 4 here. Minute and a half left in the half. Robson. Morgan. High kick. Didn't want anything to do with it there. Watini Zelezniak back on the field, but no harm done for Canterbury.
Yours. One of those spiralling bombs. So hard to catch.
Ooh, an offload there from DWZ to Nick Meaney. Just outside their own 20 now through Crichton, who makes it to the 30. He gets a quick play the ball, last minute of the half. Hopewadi, 3 Cowboys in there. Drinkwater and Cooper amongst them. Now Wakeham, can they put on a play here to get themselves back in the contest? Jackson, wrapped up. Justin O'Neill in there for North Queensland. Here's the last. Lewis. He puts one of these high spiralling bombs. Oh, Val Holmes takes it beautifully.
What a great catch.
Wasn't that a good one? That ball was, wow, tough to take, and he took it on the run. Canterbury just trying to hang on for the last 15 seconds now. Beautiful. And we all knew he'd get better. I mean, he's a bit scratchy last week, Val, but he's been terrific tonight.
You got to remember last week too, their forwards were smashed by the Broncos. They're on the back foot.
Siren sounds, last play of the half, and a good half for the North Queensland Cowboys. They go to the break, leading 22 points to 6. Thank you very much, Brace. Wow, 193 metres for Jason Taumalolo in that first half. Unbelievable. What a player.
And he plays huge minutes. I think he plays 80 minutes every week.
Extraordinary. A lot of work for Canterbury to do to get back into the contest. They've certainly got the players that can help break the game open. Likes of Dallin Watini Zelezniak, Will Hopewadi. And you've got to try to stop that man on screen in Jason Taumalolo.
How many metres?
193. 193. Only 7 tackles. But 17
He
hit
wouldn't
ups.
run it. That's why.
Here come the North Queensland Cowboys, leading 22 points to 6. St Granville had a good half. Here they come, to the applause of their 5 or 6 staff, just off to the right there. Hope you're enjoying what we're bringing to you a little bit different tonight with, of course, no crowd, but you're hearing the hits, you're hearing a lot of the talk as well.
You can hear the contact, some of the hits.
Here come the Bulldogs. Back out onto their home ground. I suppose too, a real insight, not just the hits, Joey, but being able to hear all the talk that's happening, particularly at a stoppage as well.
But you can hear the whole game. There's a bit of a shiner there for Cohen Hess. You can hear the whole game. People are talking the whole game. You can hear the defences talking to each other. You can hear the playmakers talking. Haven't heard any of those nasty words yet, Fat.
None of the magic words yet. If you're in that box, we might have heard a couple.
Just gone past 9 o'clock local time. They might be free to do so. Now underway for the second half. North Queensland in control as we start the second 40. Molo very good off the bench as well. Here's John Asiata, ran off to Amunga in there, one of the Bulldogs making the tackle. Jackson was there as well. Gavin Cooper. His numbers in the first half were very good as well. Pale into insignificance when you compare it to this man. Jason Salmalolo. 11 short of the halfway line here. Opening set of 6 for the half. Asiata. You remember through necessity a season or two ago was playing a lot of 5'8". Now Morgan, no pressure there on Michael Morgan, but Nick Meaney there to cover the kick, and Morgan following it up makes the tackle along with Hess in there as well with Isan Masters. Bettini Zalesniak for Canterbury. One of the players I'm sure Dean Pay will look to get themselves back into this one. They missed the first half. They scored first, the Bulldogs. Reema Smith, capable of a big play as well.
So they need more of that, attacking out a dummy half.
And now ran off to Amunga, off the back of that run from Marshall King. Into Cowboys territory. Lewis puts up a kick. Here he flies again, Val Holmes.
What a great take again.
He's threatened to break through both times as well. Great take.
Good one for the kids to watch. Never take your eyes off the ball.
A couple of metres short of the halfway line. Molo. Strong run. Robson. Tamalolo passes this time. Drinkwater just had to wait for it. Marshall King takes him. Last tackle here for North Queensland. Kicking here for Kyle Feld. Meaney takes it, and then Felt takes him. By the way, the last hit up of Jason Salmalolo, he brought up the double century. So 203 metres, and we've got best part of a half of football to go. You see him make over 300 metres tonight. There he is, this machine, making a tackle on this occasion. Gavin Cooper in there as well. Canterbury, can they find a spark? Elliott Marshall King to dummy half. Lewis kicks. Holmes tracks back nicely. He's a different player this week, Valentine Holmes.
Remember, he did that last week against the Broncos and dropped it. So, yeah, he's a lot better, getting into his groove. One of the great Origin wingers to Queensland.
Some great moments in that maroon jersey. And in the past too for the Sharks as well. Well, here's a chance now for Canterbury.
Yeah, that was an ordinary attempt to play the ball there by Masters. It's just lazy. He knows it.
Okay, 20.
So momentum shift going the Bulldogs' way. This set of 6 to start inside Cowboys territory. 22 points to 6, they trail, and they'll be first to score in this second half to get themselves right back into the contest. Marshall King, Lewis, DWZ, tackled by 3 Cowboys in there. Siata, one of them. Molo was there as well. Here's Britt. Cohen S gets in under the ball on Britt. Only 2 tackles gone. Elliott ran off to Amunga. Gap opened up for him. Oh, all too easy. The Bulldogs straight back into the contest. Where were the Cowboys defenders? Canterbury with a much-needed 4-pointer.
He's got Drinkwater. You'll see him defending on the left side. He just gets caught in the headlights. Harvin on replay, goes to the line. Scott Drinkwater is just taking nobody. Beautiful pass. Elliott skips to the outside. This will show up perfect. Gets Gavin Cooper interested. Drinkwater's up past the defensive line. It was too easy.
Yeah, he had a little bit too much pace for Gavin Cooper to Moga. And then the gap was there, yeah, because Drinkwater, and he knew it, Drinkwater. His head went down as soon as he got run by. So that's ordinary defence from probably both of those players. Coops is having a chat to him now, saying, mate, what happened there? And it came off the ordinary play the ball, the drop. You don't want to give Canterbury a sniff if you're North Queensland, because one thing about them, they're gutsy. They'll just keep coming.
So 2 converted try lead now for North Queensland. Brendan Wakeham looking to make it a 10-point deficit. Well, they needed to be the first team to score in the second half. Now can they turn 4 into 6 through their number 6 in Brendan Wakeham. Nice strike, conversion successful.
Stay on, Cowboys. Stay on.
Nice way for Renoff Tuamunga to open his account in first grade, scoring a try, much needed try for his team. Enjoy that one. You remember your first try in first grade?
I do, yeah, against Newtown, round 2, 1979.
50-metre run.
Outpaced Ken Wilson to the line. Ken was about 38 at the time.
Well, they're a different team now here, the Bulldogs. Oh, no, and there's a mistake. That one out in front of Nick Meaney. Don't know whether you can blame him for it, though.
Oh, I do know. He needs a cuddle. It's just the pass was never on. Look at the defence is just up in their face. They've just scored, clawed their way back in, and then you just invite them back in.
Come on, let's go. 10 seconds.
14 from 21, that completion rate for Canterbury. That mistake coming early in the set.
Jeremy, arm around him, please. Della, tighter.
Not for the first time tonight when they've had the momentum. They just hand it straight back to the Cowboys. Drinkwater.
He's quick with the ball, isn't he?
Robson, a dummy half. John Asiata. Hayden Tolman making the tackle. Robson goes to Morgan. Here's Talmalolo from about 13 away from the line. Put on his back this time. Dean Britt, one of the Bulldogs defenders. 8 away from the line. Halfway through the set here for North Queensland. Drinkwater. Jackson just gets on his back, brings him down. Wakeham there to help. Now O'Neill to dummy half. Morgan. Now Francis Molo with a strong run. 9 away, last tackle here. Can Canterbury hold on and defend that error? Kick, it's off legs, picked up here by Britt. He did very well to get onto the ball and make another 8 or 9 metres for Canterbury. Now Meaney, it was important they defended that error. Crichton. Good energy in this set for Canterbury. Hopewadi into Cowboys territory. Gavin Cooper, one of the defenders, along with Scott Drinkwater. Now Lewis on another mistake. 2 sets in a row they failed to complete. Now Canterbury as Wakeham puts it down.
That's poor handling. It's inconceivable. They can still be doing this. Once again, I'm not sure that Lachlan knew exactly where he was passing it. Sort of hoiked it out the back.
It's just threw it too hard. Playing the ball out the back like that, you've got to soften your hands. That one was just like a missile.
Now only Telstra mobile customers can stream the NRL live and data-free on Australia's best mobile network. Download the official NRL app now. Holmes plays it. Robson goes to Felt. Centre of ANZ Stadium. An empty ANZ Stadium.
You can't tell, looking at the quality of the game. Wondering how the players were going to respond. But once they got their hands dirty, you couldn't tell.
Tamalolo plays it. Here's Morgan. Bell Holmes showing it, almost slipping through. Good tackle, Lachlan Lewis. Remus Smith in there as well. Last tackle. Morgan with a kick. Gavin Cooper trying to put some pressure on Hopewadi. They're going to force him back into the in-goal area. Just stays in the field of play. Will Hopewadi. This will be tough yards here for the Bulldogs. Coming out of their own 10-metre zone. 12 away from the line now on tackle 3. Josh Maguire back out there for North Queensland. Here's Tolman. And Nick Meaney coming in for a run. Last tackle, kick coming from deep inside their own half. In fact, just outside the 20. Good purchase on it, but Ben Hampton well positioned for the Cowboys. Joey, I know it's risk reward, but when you tackle 3 or 4 inside your own 20, do you think you'll see many teams this year go for the 20-40?
That ball was forward there. They got away with one. No, I don't think so, because you're kicking on the back foot. I was looking at it last week from up high. Ball there, one a little bit forward. They got away with one there. It's a really difficult kick coming out of trouble.
Cowboys through Robson. Important tackle had to be made. Tuamunga made it. Here's the last. kick there from Morgan. Underneath it is Felt. He takes it, gets a pass away. Hess looking for try number 2. He kicks it backwards. Morgan gets it, and then Meaney gets him. Changeover.
Hey, boys.
Hold him up. Step here, fellas.
Just hanging in there, Canterbury, trailing by 10. Dylan Napa. Now Hopewadi. Marshall King, dummy half, goes to Remus Smith. Robson and Maguire in there for North Queensland. Jackson now, centre of the ground. 2 tackles left in the set. Wakeham just puts this one over the top of Ben Hampton. Well-placed kick. Hampton looking to link up with Holmes, but then Wakeham does well, makes the tackle. Along with Hopewadi. Justin O'Neill, 20 away from his own line. Felt. Here he is, he's having a break.
Oh, he's human, we think. They're just hanging on here, the Dogs. Their forwards work so hard. It's been let down in the science of the game. It's probably got to come back on the halves. Need more out of the halves, the Bulldogs. But their forwards are just working so hard to stay in this contest.
Morgan drills that one into the corner. That is a very good kick. And have a look at Cohen Hess steaming out after it. They're going to put him into touch. That's brilliant.
Cohen Hess sprinted brilliantly to make that tackle. That's the play of the night to me. Fantastic. Good kick. And just watch Cohen Hess take off. Jogging there, then he goes, oh, you know, I've got a chance here. I can do something here.
He's flying. Look at him.
Brilliant. And comes up with a good tackle as well, along with Cole Felt.
Dogs, I need your foreman, Josh. Look. Clock.
That wasn't low enough.
Quick, I need your foreman.
We talk about tries and try assists, but plays
That's
like that.
a big play.
Remember Rocky IV, Ivan Drago? That's him.
Dean,
Yes.
hold it.
Good call.
Gavin, head in.
Go and give us an
Gavin,
accent.
stay down.
Fatty.
Arms around. Hold it. Hold it.
Gadalum. Was that him?
No, that was Arnold.
Wrong one. Here they go. Valentine Holmes. Well, they lose the ball, but they're saying a strip
early.
here. Well, no, left early. So a differential penalty.
Leading early from the scrum. Are you serious?
So they won't be able to take the 2 here because it's a
But I mean, every team does this every scrum.
This is one rule the referees are going to really crack down on. And it puts even more pressure on the defence. If they have to stay packed, even for that half a second. Here they go on the attack.
Jordan McLean, a couple of metres away from the line. Important defensive set here for Canterbury. And now they'll be able to take the 2 if they want to. Leading by 10, do they make it 12? And they will have a shot. So Valentine Holmes looking to make it a 2 converted try lead here for the Cowboys. Leading by 10. They did lead at the break, 22 points to 6. So Val Holmes, a very simple attempt. 23 minutes left to make the lead back to 2 converted tries here for North Queensland. Takes his time, doesn't he, Val Holmes? Makes no mistake. Now, coming up after the footy is another edition of Macca's Golden Point. We'll cross back to the ground and chat to the biggest players from the game. JT, Fatty and Joey will break down the key moments from the match, so stick around because there's plenty of fun still to be had after the footy on Macca's Golden Points.
Just giving you a tip, that's all, okay? You've had a few.
Do we get another crack at the Ivan Drago accent later on, or?
Time you run, fellas.
Well, you have a crack, Joey.
I struggle with English.
He's George McLean. Ivan Drago reappeared in one of the Apollo Creed movies recently, or Creed movies.
I think they've gone to the well too many times.
Yeah, he was in the Expendables #6 as well.
I'm not joking when I let you know they are making another Die Hard. Robson with a good run into Canterbury territory.
He's a likely player too, Andrew. Goes
Quick,
good.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Good foil for Granville.
Maguire. A strong start to the game, Josh Maguire. Last tackle here for North Queensland. Morgan puts up a kick. Meany loses it. Kyle Felt has it here for the Cowboys. Look out, Kyle Felt. Wakeham does well. Robson. Drinkwater. Maguire standing still. Now starts to wind up Josh Maguire. Dylan Napa and Jeremy Marshall-King wrap him up. Robson looked one way, goes short here to McLean. He was denied in the first half. He's come close again here. Just short. Michael Morgan goes to Coheneth. Reaches out, scores the try.
I've got him in contact with the
Or
legs.
was he held short of the line?
Well, I think the tackler still had his arm around him. It depends if his...
Yeah, no try live.
Yeah, it depends if the arm carrying the football has touched the ground, the elbow's touched the ground. If it has, then the tackle's complete. It'll be a double movement.
It's an identical setup to the first try. They've got players sweeping out the back of Coheneth, which draws Remus Smith out of the line. He makes his tackle here. Avarilla.
Yeah, that's a double movement. Classic.
Nice tackle. Is that his first touch of the game?
Just
He's on
come on the
debut,
field.
yeah. Look at his eyes. Didn't know that big fella was going to run at me. Oh,
Good, Buck.
great tackle.
Bucky, good to go.
He's just come on the field, Jake Avarillo, 19-year-old on debut.
Thanks, boys.
Westfield Sports High.
Is Lachlan Lewis being hooked?
On his foot, not before.
Yes.
So Lewis is off the field.
Up together. Hold, guys, hold.
Here's Napa. Welcome to the NRL, Jake Avarillo.
Wait, guys, wait.
Reshuffle to the Bulldogs team. Here's Elliott. Still in the contest with a quarter of the game to go here, Canterbury. Wakeham goes short here. Napa offload. DWZ does well to get that one. It was a floating ball, drifting across field. Now he looks to straighten. Couple of tackles left in the set. Hopewadi, Wakeham. Oop, knocked back. No harm done. Napa has it here for the Bulldogs. Tackled there by his one-time Origin teammate and Gavin Cooper. Wakeham puts up a kick. Hampton takes it well, and there's room in front of him here. Well done, Ben Hampton.
He's had a good game tonight, Ben Hampton. Normally a 5'8" centre, a little bit of dummy half as well. Played for the Storm for a couple of seasons. He's had a really good game on the wing.
Mitch Dunn on the field for the Cowboys. Wakeham in there, one of the defenders. Here's Maguire. Robson. Now Morgan inside past McLean. He gets it passed away to Robson. Trailing through. It was a good tackle there in the end. Marshall King. Here's Morgan showing it. They hung off him. and he's knocked the ball on. Change over on the last.
Jeremy Marshall-King, 2 big tackles in a row. First one was on Reece Robson, and that one then on Michael Morgan, the captain. Inspirational stuff from the dummy half.
Still in it, Canterbury. Need someone like a Brendan Wakeham to stand up. You know what you get from this man, Josh Jackson. Post-contact metres, 468 for the Cowboys. Most of them belonging to Jason Taumalolo. And he's off the field. Elliott. It's a good run, Adam Elliott.
Jason's back on there. He's had a good game, Adam Elliott.
He's a good player.
Very good.
He's the youngster on debut, Jake Averillo, playing the ball. Last tackle here, Wakeham. He had a heap of time then to put that kick up. Here's Holmes. Oh, he's lost it. Now Meany gets a pass away. Napa, quick hands, they score. Oh, what a play, Ben Hampton.
He'll go back to the knock on though.
First knock on from Val.
From Valentine Holmes, but wow. Had a chance there, the Bulldogs.
Well, Wakeham, he sparked them the last 5 minutes.
He's what of them?
He sparked them.
He's done this a few times tonight, Val, but there was a contest there. There was a contest, which is good to see. A lot of the guys these days just letting the fullbacks just, because it's dangerous. I mean, they're trying to get the dangerous tackle out of it, so you're better off letting them catch.
Captain's challenge here.
Okay.
So
they're arguing what, that it wasn't knocked on? Well, it came off his left hand there, I'm sure of it. Came off his chest onto his left hand.
Remus Smith in there.
Well, they're
arguing a Canterbury player.
Yeah, maybe a Canterbury knock on first, are they?
Remus Smith's bicep there.
Yeah, it does.
They're saying that Valentine Holmes, when he goes up, he doesn't touch it. Watch when he goes up with his hands, it goes clean through and it hits Remus's bicep.
Yeah, but then Val Holmes' left hand touched it on the way back up. Yeah, so it's a knock on.
So the challenge will be unsuccessful.
No more challenges, guys, for Cowboys.
So the Cowboys have used their challenge, but it was worth a shout.
It gives them time to get their petrol tanks back up.
What's that so
The Cowboys defenders.
this year? 1 out of 30?
Seconds tight.
About?
Get rid of it.
Big chance here for the Bulldogs. Quarter of an hour remaining. An opportunity for them to get right back into it. Here's Delawatini-Zelezniak, and the ball goes forward, does it? Meany tries to put the ball down. We are going to check it.
Chids.
I think it's been knocked on by
Tackle 1.
Canterbury.
Have no try. The original pass back was from Bulldogs. I then believe Remus Smith knocks it on in the lead-up.
So we'll look for the arm here of Remus Smith. The number 3 for Canterbury. On-field call of no try. Here we go.
It goes back.
So still fair play. Chips in play. And
For Remus's fingertips there.
yeah.
That pass from Averillo.
Can knock on.
Yep. His right arm.
The he's playing 5'8" or halfback, Jake Averillo. The way he got the ball then and went to the line and held the pass up for Delawatini-Zelezniak to get into space. A bit of class about that pass. And Dallin, it's the first tackle.
So no try. And a scrum feed here for the Cowboys. Well, you can't be in the stands right now. Let your club know you're right behind them. Wear your colours and join the conversation at the hashtag there, NRL Bulldogs Cowboys. Your way to get involved. You sure you don't want to be part of social media?
Remus, arm around,
I'll
mate.
pass. Seriously, I just get hammered.
Kyle Felt. Still in there, Canterbury. They've wasted a few chances in the last 10 minutes or so. Cohen Hess for the Cowboys. Now Josh Maguire. Dean Britt. Aidan Tolman making the tackle. Marshall King was there as well. Talmalolo. Not held initially. Carries 3 of them. One of them's Dylan Napa.
Well, Dylan hits as hard as anyone on the comp. He come reeling out of that. He was just manhandled once again.
Masters. He plays it. Now Morgan drills this one down towards the corner. Latini Zalesniak has it here for Canterbury. Could play the ball as well. Kristen Crichton. Meany to dummy half. Maguire, one of the Cowboys defenders, along with Justin O'Neill. Jordan McLean there as well. Jackson goes to Hopewadi. Justin O'Neill does well one-on-one. 2 tackles left in this set. Now Tolman. Marshall King to dummy half. Brandon Wakeham. Kicks. Holmes takes that one well. Had plenty of time on that occasion. And late offload to Drinkwater, who finds Ben Hampton. 15 minutes remaining. Kyle Felt for the Cowboys. Both these teams looking for win number 1.
He got a bit of a choker hole there.
Stay off the head.
Dean Britt.
From Dean Britt, yeah. What's this? A 1, a 2, a 3.
I think even WrestleMania this week has been without crowds.
Has it?
Behind him, get behind him.
Robson. McLean. Tolman in there again. Heap of work. Aidan Tolman, as always. And here's a mistake.
How about the scrum back?
Well, if the Bulldogs can jag one, that's an if. Put the Cowboys under a bit of pressure, that scoreboard pressure. But I'm just trying to think where their points are going to come from. Whether it's an offload or maybe off a kick.
I'm tipping a kick at this stage.
Well, still in it. Here's Avarillo.
He's done some really nice things since he's been on.
It's interesting, and he's run,
Yeah.
which is good. So maybe Dean Pay's taken Lachlan off and just see what the other halves can do. Looking to the future, who knows?
That's a good run, Dylan Napa. Halfway through the set, the Bulldogs well into Cowboys territory. Avarillo, nice there to Jackson. Good tackle, Cohen Hess. Tolman. Adam Elliott. Into the line. Mitch Dunn, one of the Cowboys defenders that came loose. A mistake there from Elliott.
That's a shame because they were rolling,
Josh? Yes?
moving the Cowboys back down the field. Is there a challenge coming up?
Will be a captain's challenge, Joey. Bulldogs are going to say...
Well, there was a hand in there for
hand
sure.
there.
Is it Reece Robinson? He gets his right hand in there and just tugs at the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I think it's a loose carry and he's just lost it. I know he might have had a bit of help, but it wasn't exactly a massive grabbing motion.
Successful.
Successful challenge.
Well, it was.
Okay, challenge
Okay, so
successful.
this will be a penalty.
Penalty here, guys. Bulldogs.
Is that now 2 out of 31?
Oh, God, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
Penalty here, boys, here.
And it's none from 30 for me.
Off
It's like the good old days.
One ref, guys. Go.
A big chance here for Canterbury. Tolman. He plays it. Here's Dylan Napa. And they force their way over the line here, the Bulldogs, to set up a big finish. Thursday night footy. Round 2 of the NRL. Wakeham short to Elliott. Good defence. Mitch Dunnett was down low. Now, that stall came to an end there for Canterbury. Forward pass, knock on.
And your ball playing close to the line, you've got to have an eye on the defence. And your pass has to react to the defence. See, Josh Maguire then, he only had eyes for Dylan Napa. The pass was never on. He's running it a rate of knots there, Dylan Napa, and the pass hits him just as Josh Maguire's coming, and it's a real pressure ball.
Now on Sunday, the new look West Tigers are defending home turf as they take on Mitch Pearce and the Knights from Leichhardt Oval. Catch all the action live on 9 from 3 Eastern Daylight Time on Sunday. Sunday footy. How packed will those homes around Mary Street be on?
Oh, you imagine it.
On Sunday? He's selling roof space. Jordan McLean, oh, good hit. You heard that one at home.
Elliott.
Adam Elliott. Tamalolo. Almost at the 250-metre mark, Jason Tamalolo for the night. Isan Masters spins away from one. Here's the last. Robson, Morgan, into the corner again. Tini Zalesniak, good chase there late in the game from the Cowboys. They're all lined up. Quick play the ball. Avarillo, Meany, long pass. Room to move here for Hopewadi. Good run, Will Hopewadi up to the halfway line.
Yeah, nice play. All off a quick play the ball from the fullback, Dallin Watini Zalesniak.
Tolman. Halfway through the set. Wakeham goes short to Elliott. Well handled. Maguire wrapped up the ball. Dunn was there as well. Wakeham kicks on tackle 4. In behind Holmes. Into the field of play goes Val Holmes. By a metre. Canterbury aim up defensively here.
Interestingly enough, Andrew, we've seen a bit more of Wakeham with the football in the last 15 minutes since Lachlan Lewis has been off.
And they look sharper, don't they? Look like their attack, it's flowing a lot better, not disjointed.
He's a good player, that young man, Lachlan. Son of Scott Lewis, who is one of Wally's brothers. There's Heath and Eddie as well. There's a million of them up there. And he's a good player, but he just needs to develop a running game.
Yeah, once his running game,
then he will.
and then his passing game will come on the back of his run.
Meany. Good tackle, Kyle Felt.
He's a real good player, Cole Fell. He should have played for Queensland last year. I thought it was ordinary that they didn't pick him on the wing.
Remus Smith.
He's in the veteran class now, but he's still playing great footy.
Now Aidan Tolman. They're rolling nicely here, Canterbury. Can they find something to finish off this momentum that they have? Still time. Elliott. Now Jackson. Hopewadi. The pass away. Here's the last. Wakeham. Plenty of time there to put a kick up. Kyle Felt flies high, takes it magnificently before Dean Britt tackles him. Masters. As when it gets to this time of the game, do they have the belief, Canterbury? Shaken up there, Kyle Felt. McLean. Tolman again. Taumalolo. He is now over 250 metres for the game. Just outside the 40 there, Scott Drinkwater. Christian Crichton has it now for Canterbury. It's almost got to be this set or the next. They need to score. Need 2 tries. Martinis Lesniak with a good run now. Meady off the back of it. The centre of ANZ Stadium. Marshall King, can he find an opening? It's almost there for him to slice through, but the Cowboys defence up to it. Taylor Mariner. Taumalolo's got it. Here we go. Jason Taumalolo over the halfway line. The 30 strikes away. Wakeham.
He's pantsed him. We've found the key to tackling Taumalolo.
Get his dacks off. I think he ran out of puff. He's run 1,000 metres and he's buggered.
Masters. Holmes. Well, you're not going to pass it to Taumalolo. He's on his haunches. 3 away from the line. Can the Cowboys finish them off? Morgan, he's tackled.
Reece Robson, his service from dummy half is dynamite. So here he goes.
Here he goes, Robson.
Oh, he lost it.
They made a play at the ball in the act of scoring, so it was all okay as far as the legalities are concerned.
Can you just confirm a loose carry compared to a strip, and the ball is grounded in goal by Bulldogs?
So they'll
He's
check
been
the way it
really
came out.
impressive, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been good and he's played all the second half. Jake Ramber might have started the second half, but he's been on there a long time and he's been very good.
Well, he strips this ball here.
Yeah, but does he strip it before the line? I think he does. That's the question. So he's in the throes of stripping it there now. It's a question is whether
Callum
he stripped
Martinis
it.
Lesniak is attempting a tackle and the arm contacts the ball as he comes away after being bumped. Loose carries. We have decision.
Saying a loose carry.
And then when I think it goes back into Robson's arm and he propels the ball forward. They made real Bulldogs ball here. Yeah, Bulldogs ball.
No, it will be.
As he's pushed away, it's come with it.
Time's off, boys.
So the Cowboys haven't been able to put them away. Still lingering around the Bulldogs. 6 minutes to go. It seems unlikely, but, you know, they said they'll just keep going.
Now, Jason Taumalolo, tonight after that run, he is on 316 metres. That is his best. Yeah, 311 against Manly in 2019, so last year. Most metres by a forward in the game.
There's a knock on.
There's a knock on here.
Can you believe this? A knock on at the scrum base.
So most metres by a forward in a game. 323 was by Steve Price for the Bulldogs against the Roosters in 2007.
Well, they never used to count him in the 80s.
All right, boys.
Josh, not early, okay?
Josh,
On the go
around
call.
Brandon, no, around Brandon, mate. Thanks,
There
Josh.
he is.
Steve Price, he's running the football there now.
General
football
manager of
department,
football.
yeah.
Out.
Great prop.
Wait, now, here they go on. Christian Crichton got his hand to it. Play on here. Robson Into the final 5 minutes. Cowboys leading by 12 and 0 tackle for them now. Jordan McLean. A couple of metres away from the line. Robson. Oh, intercept. Britt. Dean Britt's got it. He's over the 20. And then he's wrapped up. Val Holmes there and Cohen Hess.
He's had a game, Dean Britt. All the Bulldogs forwards. He's had played well.
Hopewadi here for Canterbury. Taylor Mariner.
I like him as a player for Taylor Mariner.
Has he played enough minutes?
No, I don't think so.
Watch him.
Ooh.
Here's a penalty. Josh Maguire, one of the players in there, having a word.
Couldn't be.
Size.
Still going.
Yeah, he's a good player, Taylor Mariner.
So 4 minutes left. 2 tries needed. Strange things can happen in this game of rugby league. And they set up a grandstand finish here to send the game to Golden Point. Have to succumb to the tackle here with Tenny Zalesniak. Time ticking away. Tolman. Another strong run. And a penalty.
Quick. Come on. Francis is in late and you're holding on.
Jeremy.
Go.
So they'll continue to roll here, Canterbury. Dylan Napa. Had plenty of opportunities, the Bulldogs, tonight. Just failed to finish. Here's for Taylor Mariner. Good tackle, Molo. The ball comes free. Did very well, Frank Molo in there. Tomalolo was there as well.
Wow, their handling tonight. They must have dropped. How many times have they dropped it? 20?
Okay. Cheds. Tackle 2. Bulldogs are challenging the on-field
Another
decision
challenge.
of knock-on.
Well, they were successful with their first.
Yeah, that's right. So they're challenging that it wasn't a knock-on.
You're going to argue that Tomalolo's arm got in there.
Well, there's a hand on the ball. Is that Tamalolo's hand? Yeah, he plays at the ball.
Jason
3 from
Tamalolo is
32.
affecting a tackle. Rafa Talamarino has lost the ball. Challenge unsuccessful.
2 from...
Am I cross-eyed? Am I dead set
Challenge
cross-eyed?
unsuccessful, guys. No more for each team. The scrum feed to
There didn't look to be
Cowboys.
too much difference between that and the successful one a few
Not,
minutes ago.
you know
You
what,
saw
not
his
really.
hand.
But they're
The
saying
ball comes out. You
he's
see
saying,
him rake at the ball. The ball's spinning.
They're saying it was attempting a tackle. So
You
it's
watch,
all right.
watch. He goes in, he feels for the ball, and he goes, "You beauty! I'll rake at this." Look at
Yeah, you can see it. You think, Scoop, you can see it.
that. So that's
Why
not a
can't
rake.
they? Apparently not.
No, they'll go 1 win, 1 loss now, the Cowboys, but 0-2 the Bulldogs to start the season, but in both losses, it hasn't been without effort.
Oh, the forwards. And even the outside backs, the dummy half running from the outside backs. It's just the science of the game, the way they're constructing their sets and the select passing, the kicking game. It needs to improve.
The ball.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys...
Whether Jack Cogger comes back into the side. I thought he finished the season really well last year. I don't know if he's carried an injury.
Well, I definitely know that Wakeham's been good the last 20 minutes. He's had free range with the team and he's sort of made it his when Lachlan went off. And Avarillo was good at 5'8", so...
Tomalolo. Now Josh Maguire for, good hit. Dylan Napa on Maguire. They found each other plenty of times throughout the contest this evening.
Is that him again?
Back-to-back hit-ups for Taumalolo. Here's Morgan.
Well, look, they've been a lot better than last week. And Josh Maguire certainly helped right from the get-go, the first 10 minutes. He was up the middle. McLean was good when he was on. Taumalolo sensational. Molo off the bench very good too when he was on. And Reece Robson gave him a real lift in the middle of the field there.
It'll be interesting after the game, talking to Jonathan Thurston about the second half, the performance of the Cowboys.
Well, I think they just hunkered down and just depended on their defence. They had enough points, they thought. I think they defended really well in the second half. There was nothing too scientific about their attack in the second half. They've just done enough.
The final minute. Wakeham. Have been a different team. Still alive there, Wakeham. He did very well. Here's Britt, who's been arguably one of Canterbury's best tonight. Coming off the bench. Marshall King. By the way, 345 metres for Jason Taumalolo tonight as Avarillo puts a kick in. Hopewadi coming out after it. Oh, he missed it. Val Holmes and Kristen Crichton will claim a try here in the last minute.
It's a try.
Okay. All right, coming up to 5, kids. No try. Can you check grounding from Bulldogs, please?
So Kristen Crichton.
Well, Holmes missed it.
Bulldogs kick chase are onside.
Tried to kick it. That's an airy, and that's a try.
Christian Crichton grounds the ball in the in goal. We have a
It's
decision.
a beautiful kick from Avarillo again. It's a try. The way he catches this ball in traffic, Avarillo, and he manufactures a kick in behind, but the defence is right up on him. And he fight to catch the ball firstly, then to manufacture a kick and find space. And then it's inch perfect. Look at this, defence on him. Quickly to the boot. Perfect kick. And a great debut by the young man. Look at this catch. Into space. Inch perfect.
He could be in the 6 or 7 jersey next week, Avarillo.
Well, I think he's added something when he's come on the field.
It'll be a big decision by the coach.
I don't know whether Avarillo and Brendan Wakeham have played junior football together, but they look pretty familiar with each other the way they play.
So Brendan Wakeham to try to convert the try. Full-time siren has gone. And from the touchline, no goal. So 24 points to 16. The Cowboys have defeated the Bulldogs. They were gallant. The Bulldogs were gallant. Golden Point, Macca's Golden Point coming up very soon. Players shaking hands. Good game of football. Both sets of forwards didn't give an inch tonight. It's just that little bit extra class in the Cowboys team that prevailed. That man there, Jason Taumalolo, finishing up with 345 metres. An amazing performance yet again. Ben Hampton went well tonight, scored a try. Josh Maguire, he added a lot, didn't he?
I just laugh when I look at him. I don't know why. He just makes me giggle. Geez, it's a tough one tonight for me into the match.
Yeah. Candidate of one. He was very good tonight, Jason Taumalolo. There were some other good performances there as well. What a machine. The Cowboys open their account for the 2020 season After that loss at home last week at their new stadium, at now 0-2 for the Bulldogs. And Paul, should the season continue, they've got to find something and find it quickly.
Well, they have. Look, their forwards they're goers, they're gutsy, they can get the job done, but they're just lacking spark in the back line. Simple as that. They haven't got enough points in them to be a force in the comp at this stage.
They're due to head to Campbelltown next week, the Bulldogs, to take on the West Tigers. North Queensland will be back at home against Parramatta. So an 8-point victory for the Cowboys.